The moment you tell someone about your goals, you have already lost. Most men spend more energy describing the man they want to be than actually becoming him. They talk because they are afraid of the silence that comes with real effort. They announce their plans because they crave the credit before they've done the work. But there is a specific type of power that only exists in the dark. It is the power of the man who outworks everyone, yet never says a word. While others are busy building a reputation, he is busy building a reality. We live in an age of noise. Every accomplishment must be captured. Every late night must be posted. Every drop of sweat must be witnessed by an audience. We have been taught that if no one sees us working, the work doesn't count. Look around you. You see men who are desperate for a pat on the back. They go to the gym not to get strong, but to show people they are at the gym. They start a project not to provide value, but to change their title on social media. They are performing masculinity rather than practicing it. This constant need to be seen is a leak in your bucket. Every time you brag, every time you seek a well done from a stranger, you are draining the internal pressure required to actually finish the job. You are trading your long-term success for a 5-second hit of dopamine. You feel it, don't you? That shallow feeling after you've told everyone what you're going to do. The excitement fades. The urgency disappears. Because in your mind, you've already won. You've received the social reward without the physical sacrifice. This is the modern trap. It makes men soft. It makes them talkers, not doers. The hardest part isn't the work itself. The hardest part is the invisibility. Most men fail because they cannot handle being ignored. They can handle the weight in the gym, but they can't handle the fact that no one is watching them lift it. They can handle the long hours at the desk, but they can't handle the fact that no one knows they stayed late. The ego is a hungry animal. It wants to be fed with attention. When you decide to work in silence, your ego will scream. It will tell you that you're wasting your time. It will tell you that you're being forgotten. It will try to convince you that your progress doesn't matter unless someone else validates it. This is the inner battle. You see your peers getting praise for doing less. You see men who talk a big game getting the attention you think you deserve. You feel the urge to join them, to speak up, to let everyone know how hard you are grinding. But you must understand one thing. Attention is not the same as respect. The world gives attention to the loudest person in the room, but the world gives respect to the man who remains unchanged by whether he is noticed or not. If you depend on the applause of others to keep moving, you are their slave. If they stop clapping, you stop working. Is that the kind of man you want to be? A man whose discipline is dictated by a crowd. Realization comes when you stop looking for mirrors. The man who outworks everyone without talking has reached a different level of maturity. He has realized that words are expensive. They cost energy. They cost focus. He understands that his results will eventually be so loud that he won't have to say anything at all. He chooses to stay in the ghost phase. In this phase, you stop explaining yourself. If someone asks what you've been up to, you give a short, simple answer. You don't lay out your 5-year plan. You don't talk about your new routine. You don't try to prove how disciplined you are. You just exist in the work. There is a profound peace in this. When you stop talking, your mind becomes quiet. You stop worrying about how you are being perceived. You stop checking your phone for notifications. You begin to develop a relationship with yourself. You learn that the only witness who matters is the one in the mirror. When you work in total silence, you are building something that cannot be taken away. You are building character. Character isn't what you do when the cameras are on. It's what you do at 4 a.m. when the world is asleep and there is no one there to tell you good job. This is where true masculinity is forged. not in the announcement, but in the endurance. Imagine a year from now. While others were talking, you were moving. While they were posting, you were producing. Suddenly, you are faster, you are stronger, your business is growing, your mind is sharper. People start to notice the change. They ask you, how did you do it? When did this happen? They are confused because they didn't see the process. They only see the result. To them, it looks like it happened overnight. They call it luck. They call it talent. But you know the truth. You remember the months of silence. You remember the days when you felt like giving up, but you didn't have a public audience to hold you accountable, so you had to hold yourself accountable. That is the highest form of self-respect. You don't need to explain your success. You don't need to defend your progress. The man who is truly outworked everyone doesn't feel the need to win an argument or be the center of attention. He has nothing to prove. The results are sitting there, undeniable and heavy. There is a certain look in the eyes of a man who has conquered himself in the dark. It is a look of absolute calm. He isn't seeking approval because he has already given it to himself. He has won the only war that matters, the war against his own weakness. He stands tall, not because he is looking down on others, but because he knows exactly what it cost to get there. And he didn't have to utter a single word to prove it. Strength is not found in the noise, it is found in the restraint. The world will always be filled with men who talk. They are the background noise of life. But the man who outworks everyone in silence is the one who moves the world. He knows that mastery of the self is the only true victory. Go back to your work. Put your phone away. Close your mouth. Let your actions be your only witness. Let your results be your only voice. Be the man who wins without talking.